Yeah, can you see the screen? I have shared. Can you see? Students, can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. We'll start now. So this was the point which we were discussing in our last lecture. I could not complete it. So let's again go through the phases of EDP. We have seen what is an EDP. We have seen the concept of EDP. Then the objectives we have seen. Now we are going to see the phases. How step by step the entrepreneurial development program is being conducted. So let us see now what it is. As we can see, this EDP program has got 3 phases. We can also refer these phases as stages also. Um, Basically, entrepreneurial development program passes through 3 phases: initial phase or training, pre-training phase, training or development phase, or and the third phase is post-training or follow-up phase. This is how the 3 phases are divided into. Now, what are the characteristic features of each and every phase? Now, when we say pre-training, it consists of this particular phase. It consists of all the activities and preparations which are required to launch the training program. So when the organization is actually launching the EDP program in pre-training phase, it basically takes into consideration all such activities and the preparation. Now, what those activities could be? Pre-training phase में what activities can come? One would be designing the course curriculum for training. What sort of course curriculum is required? The objective of designing this course curriculum would be to provide knowledge and information about what is an entrepreneurship, then what role an entrepreneur plays in economic development, the facilities available. So we are also including in course curriculum the maybe the objective of this designing the course curriculum would be to provide, as I said, to provide the knowledge and information regarding entrepreneurship. It also provides the motivation training to the prospective entrepreneurs in order to develop the right approach. Then after designing the course curriculum, pre-training phase also consists of selecting the faculty who would be conducting this program, as the success of an EDP depends upon the well qualified and the experienced faculty. Am I audible to you? Am I audible?
Yes,
Students,
yes,
please.
yes, ma'am, it's audible.
Okay, okay. As the success of an EDP program depends upon who is conducting. So, well qualified and experienced faculty is selected. So, pre training phase basically selects who would be the efficient resource person to conduct the EDP development program. Thus, the selection of faculty is an important part of training phase. The success of the training program, entrepreneurial EDP program, depends upon who the mentor is or who the trainer is. So the teacher from various universities, maybe the professional institutes, bank or research and development fields are invited, and accordingly the trainer is selected based on or taking into consideration the objectives. So after designing the curriculum, selecting the faculty, next point in pre-training phase is about advertisement. So important task is giving an advertisement for EDP to be conducted so that the maximum number of candidates can participate. If you have observed in many newspaper, many such programs are being advertised. Maybe the Ministry of Textile, it comes up with some 3 day or 2 day seminar where dyeing of the textiles, such programs are being conducted. So this is nothing but the advertisement about that particular seminar. So similarly, in case of EDP also, such advertisements are given in local newspapers, educational institutes, or employment exchange, where the interested candidates can take the advantage of the EDP. So, designing the curriculum, selecting the faculty, preparing or publishing the advertisement. Next point comes in pre-training phases, selecting the potential or the prospective entrepreneurs. Now, this is also something very important for whom we are designing. We are designing this program for the prospective or the potential entrepreneurs. So we need to carefully select the entrepreneurs, the budding entrepreneurs, would be entrepreneurs. So how do we do the selection? It can be on the basis like um, the one who applies the advertisement, the earlier part which we saw, when we give an advertisement in local newspaper or maybe the employment exchange or educational institutes, the concerned people, by since they come to know about such EDP programs, they apply. How do they apply? They have to fill up the, or they have to do the joining formalities. So there is an application form. One second. There is an application form which these the prospective candidates, they can fill up. So on the basis, now we are looking at the point where we are going to select the prospective entrepreneurs. So those who apply on the basis of information available through the application form, maybe we can do the selection. Maybe on the basis of written examination to check the aptitude, we can do the selection on the basis of personal interview of the candidate. So these are the ways of selecting the prospective entrepreneurs. So this is how the pre-training phase is divided into. We got what it is. Pre-training phase is taking care of what is going to take place before the training. So we are talking about few of the formalities like giving an advertisement, designing the curriculum, and selecting the proper or the prospective candidates. Now during training phase, that is the phases phase of entrepreneurial development program. Training phases main objective is to bring the desirable change in the behavior of trainees. For example, suppose I want to opt for this training program. Now I have skills and abilities, but I don't know from where to get the finance for the project, or maybe I don't know how to prepare project report, what all fields to include in that. That is why I myself enroll for this EDP program. So in training phase, that is in the second phase, basically this phase is talking about bringing some change in the behavior of trainees. So here the candidates are being taught about the areas they are weak into. They are taught about areas they are not aware about, and they are also taught to have some desirable change in the behavior. The change in behavior could be increasing the risk taking ability, or maybe we can say finding newer ways and techniques to reach the market. It depends. So basically, the aim is to bring about some kind of change in the behavior of trainees. The purpose of training is to develop the need for achievement. That is basically it. This training phase is basically there to motivate the trainees. Now, where this motivation can take place? Suppose we are lacking in few of the fields. For example, if a player, there is a cricket match going on, and the players are quite under pressure, their the regular their natural game is also they are unable to take out. So at that time, when the people, the way they cheer up, the way they support the players, it brings a lot of change in the behavior of people. So that acts as a motivation to the players. Similarly, in these training programs, EDPs, the people who are not good at in some areas could be finding finance, or maybe uh, finalizing the business report, submitting it to the bank, or maybe not knowing the latest technology or latest ways of reaching people, marketing, digital marketing, and all such platforms. Suppose I'm not aware of. So here the trainees are being motivated accordingly. So, what basically we mean by motivation in this second phase? It is maybe the person, he or she, is attitudinally tuned very much towards his proposed project idea. Maybe hello, yeah, I hope I'm audible. Hmm? So,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. So, attitudinally, the person is being motivated. Suppose, as I said, my attitude, I quite lack in terms of submitting or finalizing my business report. So, I lack those skills. Or maybe I don't know about from where to get the finance, or how to, uh, or what sort of assistance is available from central as well as state government. Suppose I lack this particular knowledge, that is why I believe that without proper finance my project would not be completed. So I have this fear in my mind that even though I have a good idea, or I have a well thought of activities, but then lack of financial support will not take it further. So this is how I am attitudinally tuned here. So what attitudinally tuning I mean here? Various such various such incentives and schemes, government assistance, central government assistance, state government assistance, I am being introduced to. I am being told how to take various such assistance from various boards. Is the now very important factor for an entrepreneur is this risk bearing attitude. So this is also being motivated. So the trainer teaches us here how to calculate risk, how to bear the risk, and how to go ahead further and complete your project. Also, this motivation which is being given in training phase, it also talks about how to behave like an entrepreneur. Now, some qualities are required for you to behave like an entrepreneur. You are your own boss, so you need to develop that attitude in you. Suppose you are your own boss, you need to take some decisions on your own, because it is your venture. So I need to have that sort of feelings and attitudes imbibed in me. So even that is being taught here. So these are some points which are being covered in EDP, Entrepreneurial Development Program, second part, that is training phase. Then number of ways the training is being provided are like there is a lecture method. The tutor is there, he explains with the help of theory, and some practical aspects are also being included in lecture method. The regular method which even we are following. Then there would be some written instructions method to be followed, like we have books or some handouts which are in written form, those are being provided. Then there is demonstration or practical method also of teaching or giving away the training. So what is this demonstration or practical method? For better understanding of the joinees, everything related to the entrepreneurship is taught by demonstration. Every minute detail is explained by giving demonstrations for the practical performance of the week. Like we have skits or role play, that is the way you demonstrate. Or there is this practical method where maybe with the help of case studies or real life examples, you can teach the particular the whatever the syllabus we have to cover is being taught in this way. So demonstration or practical method is also there. Then another method is conferences. So under this method, experts in various fields are invited to share their ideas with the participants. So aim here is to provide the knowledge to the trainees for improving their effectiveness. Then now the conferences on various aspects are being conducted. Meetings. These meetings provide the opportunities to discuss various problems faced by these candidates. So in meetings, they discuss the ideas on various issues at firm conclusions. So in meetings, on real time basis, the problems are being solved. So they discuss the issues or their concerns with the required person, or maybe with the industry experts who clarify on their doubts, and in this way the meetings are conducted. Individual and group training. Individual and group training, the areas where I lack, maybe it could be communication, maybe it could be knowing the latest platforms like digital marketing hai, ya fir introducing to the data analytics some parts. Maybe I'm lacking in terms of communication, my business language, that is English, is not up to the mark. So such individual trainings as per the person's needs and specifications are being provided here. Sorry for this coughing in between. Then after training phase, the last phase is post training, the last stage of EDP. Now, what this post training phase is about, the ultimate objective of this program, EDP program, is to prepare the participant to start their enterprise. We all agree for this. Why we are joining this EDP program is, since I lack in few of the areas which I try to cover up by joining such programs. So my ultimate objective is to prepare to start the enterprise. And as a conductor of this program, I want to prepare the candidates or participants for their venture. So how many participants have actually started their enterprise after getting the training is what we check in the post training phase. This involves the assessment to judge how far the objectives of program have been achieved. So as I said, the objective here is that candidate starting his enterprise, or candidate who is progressing towards the starting of his enterprise. So we are judging here in post training phase who has succeeded or who has achieved the objective of the program. Also, after the training phase, there is an activity called as follow up. Now this follow up thing, why it is being included, just to check whether the program conducted was as per the plans or not. So you give the syllabus or the contents well in hand to all the participants. So you have to see whether the candidates have undergone, or they have attended, and they have successfully gone through all the training modules or not. So if not, why this deviation happened? So what was the loopholes in this plan? Was the trainer not good, or was the content not sufficient, or it was not relevant? So you are trying to find out, in case of any difficulties in case of EDP, what those difficulties are. And once you find out the deviation, or once you come to know that these were the points EDP के लिए, EDP was not that successful, so you can think of taking some corrective actions to improve after identifying them. So post training phase is just to see whether the participants have fulfilled their objective of starting their enterprise or not, and from your program point of view, was it being conducted as per plan? If not, what went wrong and what corrective actions can be taken to improve? So this is about, you can say, the training phases of EDP, right? uh, I hope the things are clear. Hmm? Okay. The screen is not visible to you. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. Somebody just posted that the screen is not visible.
Might be he has some network issue.
Okay, okay. No, actually, I did not have the things which we discussed. I did not have it written on the slides. So might be the reason. Shraddha, I guess, she messaged that the screen is not visible. Okay. So these are some of the institutions which are specifically looking after the entrepreneurial development. Now, what I mean by looking after entrepreneurial development, these institutions provide the support. Maybe that support could be financial support, and many a times it is actually financial support only. But along with financial support, they have got some minor supports also in the process of developing the entrepreneurship. So these five institutions are there: DIC, SISI, and other remaining three. We'll see now the institutions one by one. Now, इसमें ना what we have to remember is, seriously, we have to by heart few of the things here, because there is nothing much to explain. But when we talk about MCQs, examinations from MCQ point of view, क्वेश्चंस में आस्क डायरेक्टली, सपोज जैसे कि मानो डीआईसी, सो डीआईसी गिव्स फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस अप टू, अगर रुपीज में है देन यू शुड नो हाउ मच असिस्टेंस डीआईसी इज गिविंग अस. So now onwards the things are quite, we can say, technical, in the sense that you really need to go through them, and few of the points you need to by heart. Like I said, the financial assistance up to so and so, that we need to buy at. So it's like law. The upcoming topics which we are going to cover, it's like law which you have to read it as it is. There is nothing much to explain in this, because these are the schemes, government level schemes, as it is we should be knowing about them. Okay, so now we are starting with DIC. DIC is District Industries Center. All right, DIC is District Industries Center. It was started by central government in 1978 with the objective of providing the focal point for promoting small tiny cottage and village industries in particular area, and to make them to make available to them all necessary services and facilities. So this DIC thing, District Industries Center program, it came into existence in 1978 with the objective of providing focal point for promoting small tiny cottage and village industries. So whatever assistance these small tiny cottage and village industries they require, it is being provided by DICs, along with um, making available all the necessary services and facilities at one place. The finances for setting up DICs in a state are contributed equally by the particular state government and the central government. So there is state and central government, they come together and they set up these DICs in a particular um, state. So per state there is one DIC. Also, to facilitate the process of small enterprise development, DICs have been entrusted with most of the administrative and financial powers. What powers these DICs have? Basically, for facilitating the process of small enterprise development, whatever administrative and financial assistance is required, DICs provide that. So what activities DICs undertake? Economic investigation, plant and machinery, research, education and training, raw material, credit facility, marketing assistance, and cottage industries. So these are roughly the areas DIC is looking after when they want to promote small, tiny, and village industries. So, whenever some plant and machinery related issues you face, maybe you want to buy and you buy as in you want to buy and you need some assistance. So, maybe DIC is the organization you can reach and can get the assistance. In case you want to conduct some research activities, maybe you want to carry out the market research for your product. So even how to do it, that research education and training is being provided by DICs. So what are the functions of DICs? It acts as the focal point of industrialization of the district. So when a particular district wants to go for industrialization, DICs are coming into picture. It prepares the industrial profile of the district with respect to statistics and information about existing industrial units. Um, Opportunity guidance to the entrepreneurs. DICs, they also guide the entrepreneurs regarding various opportunities which are available from an entrepreneurship point of view. Also, compilation of information about local sources of raw material and their availability, manpower assessment as skilled, semi skilled workers. DICs are helping the entrepreneurs out. Then we have function, then we have next as SISI. The next organization or institution for entrepreneurship development is SISI, that is Small Industries Service Institute. At the heart of all the agencies which deal with the development of small industries, basically earlier it was SIDO, Small Industries Development Organization. It was originally known as Central Small Industries Organization, CSIO. Attached to the ministry, now it is known as SIDO. It administers the Small Industries Service Institute. The SIDO, it takes care of it, or it looks after the institution called as SISI. They are basically set up one in each state to provide consultancy and training to small and prospective entrepreneurs. So again, like DIC, they are also set up in each state to provide the consultancy in case any assistance is required by the entrepreneurs. Maybe sometimes entrepreneurs need some advice, so they can go and they can take the help of SISI as they provide the consultancy and also training to small and prospective entrepreneurs. The activities of SISIs are coordinating the industrial management training division of SSI office, DCSSI office. In all, there are 28 SISIs and 30 branches of SISIs which are set up in state capital and other places all over the country. Okay. Now, what are the functions of SISI? क्या करते हैं SISI? It basically assists the existing and prospective entrepreneurs through technical and managerial counseling, such as helping in selecting the appropriate machinery and equipment. Now, if you see the DIC, District Industries Corporation, it is basically involved in many activities like going for rural industrialization, developing the rural industries and handicraft, also providing the help in terms of finances required for setting up the entrepreneurial venture. So it is taking care of these things. Whereas if we can see SISI, It assists the existing and the prospective entrepreneurs by providing technical and managerial counseling. Just give me a moment. Students, just give me a minute's time. Yes. Uh, so, in case of selecting the appropriate machinery and equipments, SISI provides the assistance. Also, conducting the EDPs all over the country, SISI is quite instrumental to advise the central and state government on policy matters relating to small industries development. SISI helps out and to assist in testing raw material and products of SSIs, their inspection and quality control. So these are some functions SISI is involved into. Then next we have is NIESBUD, that is National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development. The next institution which we have to study is NIESBUD, National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development. It was established in 1983 by the Ministry of Industry. Now it is called as Ministry of Small Scale Industries, Government of India, as the apex body for coordinating and overseeing the activities of various institutions engaged in entrepreneurial development. It is registered as society under the Act. It started its functioning from 6 July 83, and it was established by Government of India as the apex body for basically overseeing the activities of various institutions which are engaged in entrepreneurial development. So, what activities NIES NISBUD is involved into? Assisting and supporting EDPs. So, they assist and support such ED programs, training for the trainers or the promoters, creation and capacity building of EDP institutions, small business focus, national international forum for exchange of ideas and expressions, developing entrepreneurial culture, National Entrepreneurship Development Board. So this is about NIESBUD. So as we can see, this particular institution is basically involved in entrepreneurial development. So they conduct lot of such EDPs. They are also training the trainers or the promoters. They are creating the EDP institutions, and also they are focusing the small businesses. Now we have NEDB, National Entrepreneurship Development Board. What is this NEDB? National Entrepreneurship Development Board. The objective for this program is to evolve the standardized material and processes for selection, training, support, and sustenance of entrepreneurs, potential and the existing ones. Also to support and affiliate the institutions or the organizations in carrying out training and other entrepreneurship development related activities. Also, it serves as an apex national level resource institute for accelerating the process of entrepreneurship development, ensuring its impact across the country and among the all the strata of the society. It provides the national or international level forum for interaction and exchange of experiences, which are quite helpful for policy formulation and modification at various levels. We are currently studying NEDB, National Entrepreneurship Development Board. In order to attain the objectives, it carries out wide range of activities like coming up with training strategies and methodology, standardizing the model syllabus for training the various target groups, then developing training material manuals, training tools, facilitating and supporting the other agencies, maximizing benefits and accelerating the process of entrepreneurship development, etc. Also, it acts as the catalyst to institutionalize entrepreneurship development by supporting and strengthening state level institutions for entrepreneurship development, as most entrepreneurship related activities take place at the bottom level, grassroots level, and removing the various constraints to their effective functioning. All right. Uh, ठीक है. The part which is remaining from this unit, I'll leave the lecture early today. I am unable to continue because of my I'm actually not well today. This EDII and few of the points which are remaining will continue in the next class, right? So we'll stop our today's session here and we'll continue in the next session.